Hello, I'm Frank Hanaway, and welcome to Big Journey, Small Steps. Well, I have over the past 2 years, or 1 year, 2 years, made every effort to keep every one of these videos as positive as I possibly could. But today is the day when you find out I am no Pollyanna. And I just want everybody to know I am sick of Alzheimer's. I am sick of dealing with it. I am sick of watching my mother's brain function diminish little by little by little. I am sick of being less able to communicate with my mother today than I was a month ago. I am sick of it. I am sick of what it does to people. I am sick of what it does to family and friends and everybody else. And normally I can see the good in just about everything, but I have a problem with this. There. Every now and then I get tired, really tired. And this week, against my doctor's advice, because I thought I'd be just fine, I realized today there's a lot of things I just don't mention in my videos that really affect how things are going. I have spinal stenosis, which means that I have arthritis in my spinal column, which as the arthritis builds up, it impinges on the spinal column. And, well, first of all, it hurts a lot, like constantly. And I don't know how many years. I've been diagnosed for 2 or 3 years, but we knew for years something was the matter. And it makes it nearly impossible for me to play the piano for more than, say, 15 or 20 minutes, just to give you an example. And I just deal with it. And I had been on Cymbalta, which is actually an antidepressant medication. I wasn't taking it for that. It's one of the drugs that you can take for chronic pain, and I've been taking it for 2 years. And it has some unpleasant side effects. So I just made up my mind 2 years ago I would live with that. But September of this year, the pain was getting a little worse, and so we doubled the dose, and the pain relief wasn't twice as effective, but the side effects doubled. And one of them, just for example, this is gross, but one of them is constipation. And I've never suffered from that in my entire life. And I have such sympathy. I remember my grandmother when she was alive. I gave her a diary one time when she went on a trip, and her first entry every day would be whether or not she went to the potty. And now I get it. So anyway, I decided to go off the Cymbalta. We found some other alternatives for relieving my pain, and I decided to go off of that. But the trouble with it is you have to go off it, you have to taper off, and as you do, the side effects, one of which is a sort of buzzing in your brain. It's sort of like you don't hallucinate, but it feels like you're tripping or something, I guess. It's okay. I graduated in 1969, so I know what that means. Anyway, so it's made me not up to par. So on Monday, I was hosting a luncheon here for my friend who's 91, who I don't think I mention very often either. And she lives in Sarasota, and she's been having a rough year. She was 2 years ago hang gliding in the Andes, and that was when she was 89, and now she's turned 90. But after she turned 90, her memory was challenged a lot. And anyway, I go to see her as often as I can, and at least every 2 weeks. And part of the support system that helps support me so that I can take care of Mom stays with Mom while I go see her. Well, on Sunday, they were supposed to come on Monday. Her nephew was bringing her. Janet, my mom's sitter, was coming over and sort of keep Mom occupied so I could be a host. Within a half an hour, I found out that Hedvig, my 91-year-old friend, had a mild stroke and was hospitalized in Sarasota, and that my darling girl Janet, our sitter, had gotten food lodged in her esophagus the night before, and she was hospitalized. And at the same time, a number of people in my support system, my network, were not available for one reason or another. They were on vacation. People that in a pinch I can always call them or so and so, but they weren't here. And my friends in Atlanta, my dear friend David said, well, I'll come down. Oh, by the time you get down, it might all be worked out. Everything is fine. Anyway, things are worked out. But what's so hard is that during a crisis, my mother not only is not helpful, she adds to the crisis. So you can't say, we're having a crisis right now, and so I didn't tell her until today. So today we went and played a job. Anyway, a job. I always say it like it's a job. We go and play at nursing homes. So my whole life, my mother is mentally impaired. We play at 3 different nursing facilities where many of the people we play for are memory care patients. Weekly we go to a home for educationally handicapped citizens. That's people who are 18 to, I don't know, you can go forever, I guess. From 18 on, the government still subsidizes some care and instruction for them during the day. So there's not a lot of time that I'm around people who are who aren't suffering from mental disability. And now I'm getting off this medication at FSH. So everything just sort of exploded today, and I thought, I've got to make a video, and do I just be truthful? So the truth is, I'm not always up to it. And all I do is pray and know that help will come. And by golly, I just finally got on the TomTom and beat some signals out, and I got help, and everything's fine. I get a therapeutic massage every 2 weeks, which everybody says, oh, you get a massage. I get a massage so that I'm not in excruciating pain all the time. So that got worked out. I can get to that. We got my mom's hair. It all fell into place. It all works out. But I do have these moments, sometimes 24 hours of despair. I think Hedwig is going to be all right. I think Janet is going to be all right. I've seen Janet today. I finally drove over to her house. I think everything's going to be okay. It certainly will all work out because everything always does. But I guess I realized that for these videos to be really effective, I have to really once in a while come clean with you and say, everything is not running smoothly. It just isn't. And I'm doing the best I can. And Alzheimer's sucks. That's just it. Alzheimer's sucks. It sucks for the people that have it. It sucks for their loved ones. I have been privileged in my life to be with people as they've passed away. And I don't have fear about death. But today I was thinking, when under ordinary circumstances, the brain is the last thing to go. The brain shuts down just at the end. When you watch somebody's brain, and I'm not just talking about verbal, when you really know Alzheimer's, it's a lot of physical things too go along with it. There are a lot of physical symptoms, and Eventually the automatic functions of the body and breathing and things like that just shut down. I mean, the brain stops doing its job. Damn it. It sucks. But I have been meditating on a passage that's helping me about getting over it. And this really helped me today. And I'm not going to edit this. I'm not going to cut anything out. I'm not going to trim it down for time. I'm just going to let you hear me rant. Thank you all. Thank you all for being a part of my support team, because you see, I am smiling. It's not that I don't see the irony in it, but sometimes I think, Lord, why did I get picked for this? Am I really up to it? I guess I have to be, and so I will be. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing your time with me. I really mean it when I say that your time is a very precious gift. So, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you peace and joy, and I'll take a slice of that myself.